Okay. Okay. I never have anywhere to vlog because I just vlog on my phone and then it keeps falling and then it's just a mess. So, oh my gosh. Just like that. Oh my gosh. Stay. Stay. Okay. Oh my gosh. How do I? Why? Ooh. Awesome. Okay, let's hope my phone doesn't fall this time. Hey YouTube, I wanted to sit and talk with you about something that has been on my mind for the last couple months, and I just haven't talked about it, and I think it's time. So the reason that I've had this on my mind for so long and I haven't vlogged about it is a couple things. I don't want to be super negative or, have that energy with my channel all the time, but this is a very real topic and it is very, very, very common, and I've just seen it come up more. I've talked to people about it more, and I just feel like I want to make a blog about it. So obviously myself, along with probably everyone else out there, has been quarantined, has been dealing with COVID. Some people lost their jobs. I mean, the last 6 months, more than that, the last 5 to 6 months have not been normal. And more importantly, it is so hard to go through quarantine with kids or even with a newborn or a baby. It's hard. So if anyone else out there maybe is pregnant or gave birth recently, or even anyone that just has kids in general, you probably know that being quarantined with a baby, being self-isolated and just doing nothing all the time is hard. It's challenging, and honestly, it's depressing. So I want to talk to you about a couple things that have been going through my mind over the last 6 months, some things I've been going through, and what I have been doing to help with all of that, because it's honestly, it's not easy. So I want to talk about a little bit how this all started and some things that have been happening over the last couple months with this COVID and quarantine and self-isolation and all of it. Obviously, with COVID, we are supposed to be staying inside, self-isolating, not seeing friends or family, not doing anything. Things closed down. So week 1 goes by, it's like, okay, not a big deal. Week 2, it is what it is. And then 3 weeks and 4 weeks and 5 weeks. And it's just a little depressing after a while. Not only because you can't see people, you don't have any social interaction, you don't get to talk to people. It's hard. 2 of the things that I always say has been the hardest part about this quarantine are, 1, I just had a baby 3 months prior to this, and all of the things that they tell you to do to make sure that you don't get postpartum, like seeing your friends, seeing family, getting outside, going on trips, taking care of yourself, or just going get your nails done, like all these things that people say to help you to not get postpartum, I'm not allowed to do. I have to isolate myself, which is actually just making it worse. It's making those feelings of postpartum depression and anxiety worse. It's harder. That's something that I had on my mind from the very beginning, that here I am I just had a newborn. I was kind of already in quarantine for the 3 months even prior to this because it was flu season. I had a newborn. You just don't go out a lot. You don't see people a lot. And so right as we started to get to the point where she was starting to have longer wake windows, be a little less fussy, and we could actually go out and do things, literally like a week later, this happened. So we've kind of had an extra 3 to 4 months in quarantine because of the newborn stage and postpartum and recovery and all of that. And then this hits, and then it's been however many months it's been a long time. So that's been one of the hardest things. I think that all the things that people say to do so that you don't get postpartum depression is XYZ, and then we can't do XYZ because it's COVID and things are closed, or you're not supposed to see people or whatever. So I did my best and I just tried to get out when I could, but overall it's hard. The other thing is, for me, I love having plans. I love having something to look forward to. Being a new mom and trying to balance work and her, I do a lot of the same things every single day, and it can get kind of repetitive and just, it gets a little bit boring, I guess. And so for me, it's nice to have something to look forward to, whether it's meeting up with a friend that day or going to dinner on Friday night or something. I like having something to look forward to. Why am I working this hard? Why am I waking up every day? I want to have like something to look forward to. It's not just go to work, wake up, sleep, that's it. So looking at my calendar and it's completely empty, that's hard and honestly a little depressing because I don't have anything to look forward to. There is nothing. My calendar for this month, for next month, every month, it is blank, empty, nothing. I don't know what we're doing for at the time. I didn't know what we were doing for Easter. I know what we were doing for Mother's Day. I didn't know I like seeing friends and family and birthdays and baby showers and all these things that I had to look forward to, and they were all gone. So those two things were really hard for me. I'm sure some of you guys can relate, but it's really hard to not have anything to look forward to. And trust me, I get it. There are so many other bigger things going on in this world, and I totally understand that. But it doesn't take away from the fact that isolating yourself and just pausing life, it feels like, is not easy. It was really hard for me. I have some tips. I know we've been in quarantine for quite a while now, and I'm sure most people are probably dealt with this in their own way anyways, but some things that have helped me, or what I try to do, in case maybe some of you are feeling the same way and you're just feeling down and without an end in sight, sometimes it can just get really depressing. And so some of my tips, some of the things that I've been trying to do are, first off, I try to take it day by day, because when I think too far in advance, like next month, or my gosh, what about her birthday? What about Christmas? What are all these holidays gonna look like? I can't think about that because it makes me just sad, because I don't know. So I try to take each day and each week for what it is, like just focus on today and then tomorrow, and just try to really take it day by day, because obviously things can change so fast, but also I just want to focus on what is happening today. And I will say that over the last 6 months, it's been a roller coaster. There have been days where it's been okay and I've dealt with it and it's been fine and it's not a big deal and the day's okay. And then there's been days where I barely want to get out of bed. It's hard to just not see anybody, and you have a newborn or a new baby and you just want to go out and do things. Like, I want to go to the zoo, I want to go to the beach, I want to do these things, and I want to share and experience a life with her, and we can't do anything. We're stuck inside, and if it's good weather we can go on a walk, but that's pretty much it. It's been challenging, I will say. Okay, another thing that I really try to do is, as hard as it is sometimes, just to count your blessings. Just try to be grateful, because I do know that when people say, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like complaining, if you aren't feeling positive or happy, try to think of the things that you are grateful for. Like, I'm thankful for having a roof over my head. I'm thankful that me and my family are healthy. I'm thankful that we have jobs. These are all things that not everybody has. Sitting down, so just taking the time to think about the things that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for, that you do have in your life, I think can help kind of take away from the depressed feelings and the down, just really upset, bad feelings. Because when you really do think about it, there are so many things that are going wrong, but there are still so many things that are going right, and that's just kind of what we have to focus on at this point. This might not sound like the best thing to say, but lower your expectations. I think that when we had our life before and then it just got all ripped away, I think it really makes you appreciate the little things, like literally just sitting with a friend and talking, and just so many different things. So when I was trying to plan my summer with my family, I just had to think like, okay, let's just lower it. Okay, can we have a day at the park? Can we go for a long walk? Can we go hiking? And you just kind of have to like lower your expectations a little bit. It's not gonna be this summer with 15 million things to do and everything's open and restaurants and zoos and aquariums and all these great things. We just kind of have to, like, we don't really know what's going to happen over the next few months, so we just kind of have to like lower your expectations a little bit and try to think of simple things. And that's where my next tip comes in. Let me go get Simba. Okay. No. Okay. You want to sit with me? You want to vlog? Okay. Okay, so what I was gonna say, be creative. Some of the things that we had to do were just things like going to the park or going to the lake, going for a really long walk and going a different route this day, or getting lunch to go and going to the park again. We just really had to get creative, and I have been thinking of so many different things for us to do this summer. I'm sure like most people, we got a little kiddie pool so that Braylon could cool off, because for a really long time our pools were not open and that was not fun. So we got a kiddie pool for the backyard. You just have to get creative. There's so many things that are not open right now and that we're not used to, and I think it really does just come down to lowering your expectations a little bit, really appreciating the simple things. That's something that I've definitely realized. Definitely just getting creative, whatever it is that you can think of. Even if it's what I used to do, is I was doing some social distancing walks with people. Like we'd be like far apart just so we could like see people and like talk from afar. I would get together with one of my friends. We both work from home, so we're like literally we don't see anybody, and so me and her and our daughters would hang out and we'd have some adult interaction, and the girls got to see each other. And that's another thing I want to say, it was really hard for the first like 3 or 4 months, is Braylon was still really young, and so when she wasn't seeing people for a really long time, I remember we took her to one of her doctor's appointments and she was crying at everybody because one, she's not used to seeing people in masks, so people have like no expression, nothing. And then two, she's been cooped up in a house for 3 or 4 months and isn't used to seeing people, so she has like stranger danger, and it sucks because it's like she wasn't like that. She used to be so friendly and happy, and I know her age has something to do with that, but it just sucks when she's crying and upset and doesn't want to be with anybody and is just crying at all the adults that she sees. And I think a huge part of that has to do with COVID and quarantine, and it just makes it hard on them too. I'm sure that all of this stuff with COVID is not going away anytime soon. I don't know what to expect for this winter or even next year, but the last 6 months have been really challenging. At least right now it's a little bit better, but I just want to be prepared, because the biggest thing for me is making sure that my mood isn't affected by it, because staying at home by yourself with a baby, it just gets really hard. If you're a mom and you're dealing with either trying to work from home while having your kids there or doing distance learning, like homeschooling your kid, I can't even imagine. But all of this, I mean, like I said, it's a roller coaster. There's some days that are better than others. Right now, it's really not as bad as it was the first few months, but it's just hard. And I don't feel like, when I got pregnant, I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought her first year we were going to be going on trips and going into the aquarium and doing all these fun things. And we've just been really isolated and haven't been able to see friends and family and not having anything to look forward to. So I've been trying to schedule a couple quick trips here and there for us to do before summer ends, just to give us something. And I know it's going to look a little bit different with masks and social distancing, but I just want Braylon to experience life a little bit more than just these 4 walls, and I'm doing the best that I can. This is something that I've felt very, very strongly about. It has been on my mind for months, and I've really wanted to vlog about it. I don't want to be like sad and depressed or have all these negative videos, but this is like a really, really real thing, and I know a lot of people that are going through this even still, and I just want people to know that you're not alone. Whether you are trying to juggle kids and work, or even if you don't have kids and just being quarantined and cooped up in your home all the time by yourself, I feel you. Like, it is not easy, but you're not alone. Hopefully some of my tips can help you. And I do want to know, what are some tips that you guys have for not feeling so crazy while you're cooped up? Like I said, you have to get creative, and I just feel like I'm always looking for new things because there's just nothing to do sometimes, especially when it's 100 degrees out. What are we gonna do? We're just stuck inside. If you are going through something similar, let me know what you do to just stay sane, because sometimes it is not that easy. And that is why I drink wine and I sit on the balcony and sit on the patio. That's another thing we did, is we did buy a fire pit for outside. We're just trying to make like our home and our backyard just more homey and more comfortable, since we're probably gonna be stuck here a lot. We kind of make it like it's an event. Like, let's do happy hour on the balcony, or do happy hour on the patio with a fire, or watch a movie. Lots of Netflix, so much Netflix. If you guys have any ideas of things to do during quarantine with a kid, or even just with your husband, let me know. I'm always looking for new things to do during quarantine. And like I said, things to do to make me not go crazy being stuck inside every day with my husband. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you've gone through something similar, if you're going through something similar, how you adjusted to the first few months of being cooped up and isolated and all of this craziness. It's just a lot. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.